Hello, boys and girls. I'm back with another Worldly Wise video. This one is 12E vocabulary and context, and we're going to be reading the passage called "Communicating with Coco." So I set this up in Google Docs now. Um, the passage is in your book, but it'll also be a page in the assignment tab. You're going to answer each of the following questions with a sentence. If a question does not contain a vocabulary word from the lesson's word list, use one in your answer. Use each word only once. And that was one of the issues we were having with some of your sentences. You were forgetting to use the words from the word list. So what I've done is I created a box of the remaining words that haven't been used. And there are 15 questions, but you only have to answer 10 of them. If you answer all 15, you get extra credit. Any sentence that has a bold word, you don't need to use a word from the list. It's given to you. But for number two, you notice that there isn't a bold word here. So one of the words in these boxes would be used in question two. You have to figure out which one is the best fit. And you'll notice that, like I said, number three has a bold word. Number six has a bold word, but four and five don't. So you need to pick a word from the list in this box. I gave this to you so you would know which words were left. And there's 15 questions, like always, but you can answer up to 10. And like I said, you'll have until Friday. So let's read the story. It's called Communicating with Coco. And as you listen to the story, you can also, look back at the questions as well. Communicating with Coco. American Sign Language, ASL, is a form of communication that is as rich and flexible as spoken English. It is used by hundreds of thousands of hearing impaired people. Each gesture of the hand or arm has a particular meaning. In the early 1970s, a most unusual student began learning to communicate through ASL. Her name was Coco, and her teacher was Dr. Francine Patterson. Coco, a gorilla, was born in the San Francisco Zoo. While still a baby, she became ill and had to be separated from other gorillas. She lived in a specially equipped trailer where Dr. Patterson took care of her. Dr. Patterson is a scientist interested in animal behavior. While nursing Coco back to health, she had another goal as well. Slowly and with great difficulty, she taught the young gorilla to communicate using ASL. Dr. Patterson made up little games for teaching Coco how to use her hands. She began by working on words for food and drink. She would show Coco an object, say the word, and make the sign. For example, she would sign the word for drink before giving Coco a drink. Coco began to show that she understood Dr. Patterson's gestures after only 2 weeks. Once she made the association between hand movements and the objects they represented, she quickly began to learn words. By 18 months, she knew 22 signs. By 3 years and 3 months, she could make 78 understandable signs. Over a period of 6 years, she learned over 1,000 words. She could even string words together to form simple sentences. Dr. Patterson also used picture books to teach Coco new words. Coco preferred looking at books with pictures of gorillas and cats. So when Dr. Patterson asked Coco what she wanted for her birthday, she wasn't surprised when Coco requested a cat. Coco was usually a very amiable creature, but when she opened Dr. Patterson's present and saw a stuffed animal, she was furious. She threw it away. Dr. Patterson tried to coax the unhappy gorilla to play with the toy cat. Her attempts failed. Coco knew the difference between a real cat and a toy one. She shunned the stuffed animal completely. She wanted a real cat. A few weeks later, Dr. Patterson gave Coco a little gray kitten. Coco picked up the kitten very carefully and caressed it gently. When asked what she was going to call it, she signed All Ball. Perhaps she gave it this name because it had no tail. Without a tail, it looked just like a ball of fur. Coco carried All Ball around on her back. The kitten clutched Coco's fur. the way baby gorillas do with their mothers. Coco loved to play games with All Ball. The two became close friends. One day, All Ball was hit by a car and died. For days afterward, Coco moped, miserable over the loss of her friend. Coco recovered her good spirits when Dr. Patterson gave her another kitten to replace All Ball. When Coco got her new pet, she picked it up and held it lovingly. A blissful look spread over her face. With language comes the ability to make jokes and also to lie. Coco learned to do both. One day she broke the sink in the trailer. When Dr. Patterson asked her who had done it, Coco signed the name of the person who had been in the trailer with her. Another time she pointed to a white towel and signed red. She was corrected several times, but refused to admit she had made a mistake. Then she slyly picked up a tiny piece of lint off the towel. It was red. Gorillas seldom live longer than about 35 years. But in 2015, Coco had a birthday. She was 44. The present she was given? A pair of kittens. So read the questions and listen to the story as often as you like. You can also read it online. And remember, like I said, use the words from the word list. There are 15 questions. Seven of them already have words, and then 8 of them do not. If you don't know what some of the words mean, go back and look the definitions up on the word list. And good luck, boys and girls. Talk to you soon.